A Jack Daniels swilling, pizza-eating, dog-hating, whore-using, cocaine-abusing, hairy-backed, big-belly blowhard from New Jersey. The fat little bastard known as Artie Lang!
We're rolling. Artie Quitter Podcast. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I have got an insane cold. My head, oh my God. It feels like my head wants to bust open. That's something that David Letterman used to say that every once in a while, and it made me melancholy because it was similar to something that this black African American kid. I'll try to catch myself. This black African American kid used to say in. His name was Steve Hughes. Stephen Hughes. One of the first kids that had those Run DMC. Run DMC, three black African American guys who were rappers, hip hop artists. Yeah, and I think one was part of the Native American, and they had a broad lady in the back. I'm just going to try to catch myself because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm sorry. You know, they had this certain style, certain fashion that they had. They had big belt buckles. They were big in the black African American community. And I just want to aggravate some of the young kids that I see at the comedy clubs. When you say black guy or broad or something, they start to cry. Boy, I hope they join the army. Not in their safe place. So, you know, and and he used to say something very similar to that. He would say, this guy Steve Hughes, this African-American kid, black kid, he used to say, believe me, that was African-American black. Back then, in 85. If this were back then, I'd be going, black kid. The jungle. Black kid. And broad would be like lady. This cunt. Broad. Lady. You know, we used to watch Wizard of Oz with all the little people. Little person. I just don't want to get anybody sad. I don't want to offend you. Anyway, this kid used to get up. Well, you might be able to tell what race he is when I do the impression. Actually, no, because people talk the same. All races talk exactly the same. He would get up, and he was a con man. He wanted to get out of, whenever there was a quiz or a test, he would get up, and he would go, he'd say something like, I have to go to the nurse. He had one of those black African-American kids who had a lisp. You know, so on top of the African-American accent, a person accent. A person might be, I don't know. People who don't exist. This accent that I'm making up. What I'm about to do, I'm making up. Nobody talks like this. I'm making it up because I'm a racist. Let's see. So he would make up the fact that he had some sort of head cold or something. And he would get up and he would say that. He would go, it feels like my head wants to bust open. It feels like my head wants to bust open. He would say bust open. And so I used to do this thing where if Steve Hughes ran for student council president, his speech would be like, listen, this is Steve Hughes. I'd like to say to the student body that my slogan is to run for president it feels like my head wants to bust open. And the knowledge that's in my head, and I'm 90% sure it is knowledge that's in my head. The knowledge that's in my head when it busts open is going to go out into the student body and make them smarter. And so what's going to happen is my head's going to bust open. And it's going to just a little bit. I'm going to put it back on. It's going to bust open like this way, like a halfway. And then all the knowledge and all the good stuff that's in my head. There's some bad stuff in my head, like porn and shit, but I'm going to keep that to myself. I won't let any of that get out to the student body. Well, some of my friends maybe, but that's it. And then I'm going to just the good stuff, the knowledge, the directions to McDonald's, the math equations I memorized, some of the songs I memorized from NWA. All that knowledge and good entertainment, artistic stuff, because I'm a bit of an artist. I'm good at hooking stuff up on my bike. Me and my buddy Andre, we used to hook up systems on our bike. When we were like 12, we'd have wild shit up. We would put it on our bike, and we'd have a system on our bike, and our whole system. They say, there goes Steve Hughes with a system on his bike. And he who put that system on your bike? I said, me. So the knowledge that's in my head, all the equations and the knowledge it takes to put a system on your bikes, that's going to go out into the whole student body. And I assume some of your teacher ass is going to get hit with the knowledge. You're going to get hit with some knowledge shrapnel. What's going to happen is my head's going to bust open like it does every day in class, and it's going to in the nurse's office, unless Miss Moodles don't let me go. Bitch. And then I go, all that knowledge comes down. I'm going to set little knowledge landmines. There's going to be little knowledge landmines, right? And what's going to happen is the students is going to step on a knowledge landmine, and they're going to hit with knowledge all up in the ass, in the face. And some of that knowledge is going to get all out of the student body. And you're going to hit with I call it knowledge shrapnel. And you're going to come back with a Purple Heart from knowledge shrapnel. You've been in the war of education. You've been in the war of education. And I'm the General Patton of that motherfucking war. Hughes is my name, by the way. Yeah. I know in the 10th grade I was arrested for arson. I know that. But listen, that's going to be expunged when I hit 18. So you ain't got to worry about that bullshit. Me and my 4 kids is going to be out there. And we're going to be, he had 4 kids, by the way. Yeah. He's my age. He's 48. I believe Steve Hughes might have a 41-year-old kid. Steve, by the way, I was killed trying to steal a car from a cop. But it was actually very sad. I went to his wedding. Oh. And I said, it looks like that coffin's going to bust open. I said, what if that coffin bust open? Laughing at a wake is terrible, but we all found it amusing. He would have laughed at him. By the way, Steve loved my impression of him. He did, because it was so funny. I had a lot of respect for the kid. I love con men, you know. Yeah, his best friend Barry. Barry used to say that about my friend Sal Volpe, Italian kid. They used to call him Dopey Volpe. He was a great, tough kid, man. We were crabbing when I was 17. We went out with my buddy's rowboat. We went under the bridge at Barnegat Bay by Seaside Heights, and we 3 o'clock in the morning, we were all loaded, just so drunk. It was the summer of 85. Oh, God, I loved it. Till 85. Remember that, Art? When my head used to bust open? Me and my buddy Joker, Dopey Volpe, Rube, Goof, Big O. And we would Icky Sticky Apple Pie Ralph on 2, Nudie. My buddy John McClung, they used to call him Icky Sticky Apple Pie Ralph on 2 because the last part I understood, my buddy Yabby gave him the Doug Bear was Yabby. And he's the one who called Joker Chameleon because Joker had all different faces. He could hang with the jocks, he could hang with the prep kids, he could hang with the heavy metal burnouts, he could hang with the both open kids, he could hang with the African American kids, and yeah. So one day we were in gym class and the chameleon, my buddy Mike had on the face of with the girls, the gym girls who were all innocent playing softball with him, and he was like goofing around. Okay, man, take a 4th strike, The night before, of course, he smoked angel dust tea. And Yabby's walking across, literally going to a police car. He had some work program. He's walking across the outfield with the gym teacher, almost handcuffed. He's got on a shirt that he had made at the boardwalk in the Seaside Heights. And on the eighth day God created Molly Hatchet, which is where I get the shirt from Beer League. It's why that shirt's in Beer League. He also had a shirt that said, "Hey bitch, show me your skuss." He had a guy make a shirt that said, "Hey bitch, show me your skuss," and Miss Mueller made him take it off.
Oh,
yo, listen. When I'm the student president, you're gonna wear that skuss shirt. That skuss shirt is gonna be there, man. Hey bitch, show me your skuss. I think that's an interesting question. That's the kind of rhetoric we need with the student body. Yeah, so he sees Chameleon in that mode, and he just stops. I might have said this last week. He stops, he sees Joker, and he goes, "Yo, Chameleon, pull another color out of the crayon box." Oh, yeah. He was next to a kid named Scott Stetz. His nickname was Lutton. Lutton wrote my yearbook in the 9th grade. Art, you're a pretty radical dude. Ratici. I still have it. Last thing Lutton said to me, we were at a bar in Kenilworth, New Jersey, Apples. Guy used to go there after the Knights of Columbus. Basically, it could have been a Klan meeting if you were there. But I was there before that, but for $1 beers. And Lutton left left there once, and he always had like a Slayer shirt or something. And but I told you my other buddy Moochu, underneath his picture in the yearbook, it said, "Kill all posers, 666, number of the beast, knob, kill losers, scum, f this, 666, number of the beast, metal up your ass, kill them all, rocket." Thanks, Mom and Dad. So Lutton said to me, "Art, keep it white." That's the last thing he said to me, and then they found him with a needle in his forehead. 27 years old, heron. But shoot, heron. I'll get to that in a minute, by the way. Dave Navarro is going to be a guest on the show, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to try to do with that. I'm trying to do some good for the community. Some good for the community. My head's going to bust open, and I'm going to put out the knowledge that's in my head. Yeah, so much fun. So much fun. But it feels like my head was a balloon. I don't know why I started with that, but I just have these great memories. But Icky Sticky Ralph on 2, yeah, he Icky Sticky. I'm not sure what that might have something to do with weed, but one time he ate 2 slices of pizza and he threw up. So they said Ralph on 2. In other words, you throw up on 2 slices. And my buddy, they used to call my buddy Doug Fabio because he kind of looked like Fabio. Then he gained weight. So, yeah, he moved to California, and he was living on La Brea when I was doing Mad TV in our late 20s. And Yabby came out and stayed with me one night and said, "Did you hear about Flavio?" I said, "Flavio? Yeah, he's Yabby, but he's Fabio, but he's Flabby, so he's Flavio." So he called him Flavio. So this is one of the funniest sentences Yabby ever said to me. He goes, "Yeah, word is Flavio shooting softcore at the Gingerbread House at 2 o'clock on Wednesdays." He said, "No, what is it?" He goes, "Yeah, word on the street is Flavio shooting softcore at the Gingerbread House on Tuesdays." Flavio shooting softcore at the Gingerbread House. He called his house the Gingerbread House. And I went to a party there. It did look like the Gingerbread House. Big, scary-looking house. Lots of fun in there, though. Lots of fun.
So they're shooting softcore porn?
I don't know, Dan. Don't put Flavio's. Softcore, yeah, whatever. What else can that mean? That's softcore video game?
I just thought there might be some
softcore.
Some East Coast. Oh, you. He pulled the plug out of the mic. There we go.
Dad just watches. Let's get some duct tape on this or something. It happens all the time. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over there. Shooting softcore at the Gingerbread House. The other one thing great is, Peppy Chimpers is laminate in Brazil. Peppy Chimpers is laminate in Brazil. Oh, and he calls. It's great. It's either he's going to say something great like that or can I have your television? Feels like my hand with them both open. And, of course, Steve was African-American. Oh, damn it. I have a head cold. It's insane. Oh, insane. Watching the debates. They're having a debate tonight, which is so funny. Trump said he had a big cock, basically. He came, got a huge cheer. Presidential debate. Rubio the other day. People laugh at this. I just want to drive wherever they are and hit them with a bat. Rubio goes, Trump has small hands. You know what they say about people with small hands? Like gorillas. Shut up. You know, I think of Steve Hughes when I hear that. And I go, yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve, your head should both open now. We need your head to both open now. And the knowledge of the student body. I still love saying that. Some of the African American girls were a little offended by it, but then I won them over. A couple of hot black chicks I went to high school with, Toy Green. When I was struggling as a comic, you know, the bus was up the block from my house, 50 yards, and it would go to Port Authority. $3 it cost. When I started going in the late 80s, I would see Toy Green smoking out black chick. And I said, where you go, babe? You know, I know her. Big Prince fan in the 9th grade. She threw her panties in Prince. I jerked off to that for about 4 years. She was sitting in front of me. Toy Green was sitting in front of me in the room where I said my nickname was Skipper, and I kept raising my hand. And I wrote down my name was Skipper at the beginning, and the teacher for 3 straight weeks called me Skipper. I just raised my hands for her name. We just fell down laughing. So Toy Green thought it was funny. And I would talk to her, and she told me once she saw Prince in concert the night before when Raspberry Beret was the big song. Well, that's right. There's Nixon talking about Raspberry. That's right. Raspberry Beret. He's talking about sex. He's talking about sex. Raspberry Beret. This colored guy. Apparently he's half greasy Italian. He's half wop and half colored. What's that all about? Raspberry Beret. I know what he's saying. He means a pussy is raspberry. Oh, Pat's pussy smells like raspberries. If I were fucking lucky, it smells like the 68 Electra. It smells like the tip of Kennedy's cock. Yeah, she disappeared one day at the Carlisle. Her and Jack got to be friendly. She came back to the room like, where were you? He was like, oh, I got to know the Kennedy kid. He's very charming. I'm like, oh, is he, Pat? Ooh. There's 20 minutes of a tape. Fuck the 18 minutes. I call her a cunt. A slutty cunt. I wish her pussy smelled, Mr. Prince, I wish her pussy smelled like raspberries, like you get the pussy you get as a rock star. A half-colored, half-guinea, a half-gindaloon. You're a gindaloon. Guineas, by the way, are not white where I come from. That's no, not in San Clemente. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, you've got Toy Green, the hot chick in Artie's history class, who we saw on the bus. Going to get in the music business while Artie wanted to be a comedian. I'm like, Toy Green's throwing panties at you. Well, I've got Henry Kissinger coming here burping all over the fucking office. And my wife, Pat, on the 68 election. Where are you, Pat? Oh, I'm with Jack Kennedy. He's quite a charmer. Telling me about how he saved a bunch of fucking people on the PT-59 boat or something. Oh, well, where were you, Richard? Yeah, I stayed out of the fucking war. Remember you want to be out of the war? You want to be to fucking raise the stupid fucking kids we have? Those fucking asswipe disappointments we call children? You fucking bitch. And raspberry. I love raspberry. It smells like the Carlisle and Kennedy cock. That's what it smells like. Take a razor to that shit. How about we fast forward to fucking 1996 and you wax that fucking thing? I mean, Jesus Christ. I feel like the sheriff of Sherwood Forest now there. Between that and my beard, it looks like a fucking, oh my God. It looks like a nose is nesting in a fucking a briar patch or something. Raspberry Beret. Go fuck yourself. I'm dealing with McGovern. I'm dealing with 6 Cubans who can't fucking take one on the chin. Hey, you broke into a fucking office, huh? What's the president got to do with it? 6 Cubans broke into an office, huh? What are you calling me for? I'm trying to balance the goddamn fuck budget. And they said, what? Fuck off. Hold a minute. I don't know. Fucking chatty, Miss Chatty Cathy over here. I don't know the fuck. Cubans broke into a fucking apartment building. Called 60 fucking minutes. Well, there's a fucking bulletin. Put that one on a bumper sticker. How'd they get to the president? Chatty Cubans. Throw them another fucking C note. Fuckers. Raspberry beret. I know the kind of pussy you're getting. A giddy fucking colored fucking rock star. You ever see him? He's 5'1". Yeah, but the tip of my nose is taller than this Prince Cocksucker. Where's that Jew Kissinger? Do you hear about this Kaiser Permanente guy? Yeah, he's doing this thing for profit. I say we give him over to him, fuck him. What, you think I give a shit if people die in the gutter and fucking Homestead outside of Pittsburgh? What do I give a shit? What am I running here? 6 humans. Can't shut the fuck up. Woodward Bernstein. Bernstein. Whatever you're after, you motherfucker. I can read between the lines. I can do it. Hey, Kissinger, get your you see Bernstein at the meetings, Kissinger? Hey, get him in line. At least now my wife has something in common with Marilyn Monroe. They both got fucked by Kennedy. This, of course, Artie lying to your character. None of this is true. There's no evidence that Nixon fucked President Kennedy. This is just a bit we're doing. You see the size of the head on Ted Kennedy? Ted Kennedy drowned some fucking whore. He's still a senator. I sweat a little bit. I don't get votes. My brow is sweating in the 60 fucking debate. My brow is sweating. I didn't get elected. Trump called Rubio a filthy Cuban. He gets it. The fuck's happening? What's going on? Martin Luther King fucking more white pussy than One Direction. I have a dream. Yeah, I have a dream. You stop fucking my sister. That's my dream. Your dream is my fucking nightmare, for Christ's sake. All right, take the vote. Take it. Take the fucking vote. What do I give a shit? Of course, I'll never be elected again, but that's fine. I'm sorry. Rosa Parks. Cubans. Where have all the cowboys gone? Raspberries. Mr. President Steve Hughes. Are you the new head of education? Yeah, and this is our progressive program. Progressive program. I'm the head of education. Are you the fellow who graduated from Union High School? Yeah. That's me. Well, sit down. You're a very impressive young man. Let me just say, is your tape recorder going? Kissinger! Stop flying your kite and get in here, for Christ's sake. Henry is going to, Henry the filthy afro over there, he is going to, much like your, well, no, I'm sorry. I just cut that out. It's off the tape now. It's a tape rolling. Yes. Okay, what did you say again? Who's your name? My name's Steve Hughes. I'm your new head of education. My new head of education. Is that what you said? I just want to make it clear. It's a tape rolling. It is. Thank you. Yeah. This is my program, right? The progressive hire the black guy? What? African American. You never hear Dick Nixon saying African American. No, I don't give into the politically correct bullshit. We'll stop at black. My politically correct train stops at the station black. And midgets is one of my favorite words ever, so fuck off. I guess I will get the midget vote. I guess we'll just make the lever a foot higher. No one's laughing at that. Cut that out. Very insensitive. Very insensitive. I'm sorry. Now, say this again for the tape recorder. What is your name? My name's Steve Hughes. And what is your slogan? It feels like my head wants to bust open. Do you want an aspirin? No, that's my slogan. I turn the negatives into a positive. I used to use that to get out of class. I said, my head wants to bust open. Can I get out of class? I understand. You're a bit of a con artist. Were you? I was too. I was too. Back in my high school, I say I want to get out to the foxtrot with some of the lady gals. You know what I mean? And you seem bored at that. I am. I just want to give you my story. Okay, fine. I don't want to bore you as a young African-American man. Go right ahead because the tape is rolling. Yeah, so they understand. I implemented that to become student president. And my slogan was, it feel like my head wants to bust open. Right. Now, when your head busts open, as you put it, what is going to come out of your head? Knowledge. And your positive knowledge is in your head, Stephen. Is it? I don't want to let some Pandora's box of, I don't know, disgustingness or something. I don't want to open your head and we find ribs or something. Of course, that's a joke. Cut that out. Cut that out. Very insensitive. Stephen, red Stephen laughter. Stephen laughing. Could you laugh for some wild lines at the end? I don't understand. Get back to your slogan. What happened is I'm going to say the knowledge that's in my head is going to go out into the student body and put down little knowledge landmines. I like it. I should send you over to Laos or something. And put down some of your knowledge landmines. Can we put a Agent Orange in those fuckers? Cut that out, of course. Very insensitive. I'm a bit of a jokester, as you can tell. Maybe I can open for you at your stupid student body. I'm sorry. Very insensitive. Go ahead. Yeah, so it puts down little knowledge landmines. And then when you step on a landmine, what happens is the students get hit with knowledge all up in your ass. All up in your ass. And that's a good thing, of course. You're not a homosexual. Well, not that there's something wrong with that. I'm sorry, I'm a big Seinfeld fan. Go ahead. So what happens is it goes in your ass, not like a dick in your ass. No, I ain't no fag. Of course, neither am I. I'm down with the brown. Okay. What's that mean? We'll just move on. Very insensitive. Cut that out. So what I call it knowledge shrapnel. The students get hit with knowledge shrapnel. I like it. In other words, instead of disgusting beads and razor blades that we put in there to take out the gook's eyes, and what our soldiers don't tear out with their bare fucking hands. Cut that out. It gets all in the knowledge. It makes all the students smarter, and then they like that. Local politicians like that. The implementation of that system. I like it too. And they set me up as you okayed this. Of course I did. Everyone said, why do you want to hire a color, an African, a black guy, a guy who's not your color? I'm sorry. I don't know the proper terminology. What would you like me to call you? Stephen. Oh, that's fine. Of course. No generalities. Stephen, go right ahead. Yeah, they said you approved it. I appreciate that non-racism. Well, of course. Racist. Yeah, let me tell you something. You go to a dinner with Dick Nixon. You check two things at the door. Any tape you might have of Kennedy fucking my wife. And racism. I do have both of those things. Ah, you're a funny guy. What? No, you're kidding. Are you serious? Cut that out. Now, you haven't fucked my wife, have you? Well, that would be a line she would never cross. What's that mean? Let's move on. So now let's have a formal ceremony. What do you say? I'll put like a thing. They said that you want me to come in there and plan this. Absolutely. What do you want for your ceremony? We'll get it done quickly. Where are you, over the Mayflower? I've got a woman over there, by the way. I've got a number if you're the Mayflower. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you like pussy? And there's one thing Dick Nixon knows about. It's this word. I won't say the whole thing. I won't offend you. It starts with the first word. The first letter of the word is P, and the second letter is ussy. Yeah. You mean pussy? That's right. Okay. Now, we'll talk about it later. What would you like in your ceremony? Excuse me. The Hawaii White House chef's not one of those filthy Cubans. Yeah. He wouldn't dummy up for me. What would you like in your show? Earth, Wind, and Fire. In the Funkadelics? Absolutely. The Fartadelics? Sort of a yeah. Are you part Guinea like Prince? He wanted Benny Bouton and the Boston Shots. There, we got a deal on it when he was the music czar. What happened is this. It's a Staten Island doo-wop band. Benny Bouton and the Boston Shots apparently are Italian Americans, very, very greasy. And I said, how many for each Boston Shot? They said $200 a Boston Shot. I said, give me 3 Boston Shots instead of 4. I know the Italians do, much like the Jews. They rape you. They tear out your ass. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Oh, well, get your Earth, Wind, and Fire. I know those guys. I know Earth. Yeah. Wind is a pain in my ass. You don't laugh. Let's cut that out. Very sensitive. Yeah, and who else? That's the Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Funkadelic. And how about the Stylistics? Do you like them? Didn't I need you, baby? Didn't I need... Yeah, I like them too. How about this? How about the Spinners? How about the Spinners? I would pay for the Spinners just to hear you say their fucking name. The Spinners? Yeah. That makes me laugh. It really does. Wait, let me call in Sparrow Agnew. Hey, Sparrow, what are you doing? Nothing, of course. That's your fucking job. He's my vice president. Yeah, I had to get rid of the original. I'm a bit of an asshole. Oh, wait, I've got to blow my nose. I've got that flu that's going around. No, that's fine. Okay. See if you can step on a antibiotic shrapnel. I'm sorry, very insensitive. Cut that out. I'm going to blow my nose.
Hey, you all right over there, motherfucker?
I'm fine. I'm throwing up I'm throwing up Ted Kennedy's jizz. Holy shit. Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm feeling a lot clearer. Whoa, you're a black guy. I'm sorry. I made a joke because I got my eyesight back. Cut that out. It's very sensitive. Sparrow, you're there. Not here, apparently. Probably fucking the secretary. You know Ted Kennedy, the guy with the enormous red head? Chappaquiddick? Yeah, that's right. Chappaquiddick. He the one who drowned the hoe? Yeah, that's right, he did. He drowned the hoe. Oh, there's the phone. Good news. Yeah. Well, yeah, I like that motherfucker. The one who drowned. I know you people love those people who drown hoes. I love them. I love them too. Wish I was more like them. Hang on a second. Hello. Absolutely. I'll see you right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Steve, is it Steve? Yes, Steve. What's up? I just got to say, I've got to do this real quick. My Zumba instructor's here. I've got to pay him in cash. What Zumba? What, some sort of faggot shit? Absolutely. Faggot shit. Do you not like the homosexuals in the black community? I love them. I absolutely love them. Yeah. All right. No, that's the pizza I ordered in 2016. We'll take a quick break. Okay, my head's going to bust open during the break. That's fine. I apologize, Steve. I was in the loo. What's that mean? You know, the what your father probably cleans.
Oh, God.
At work. He's staring. That's of course very insensitive. Cut that out. I like telling jokes. I'm a bit of a humorist. Yes, I like humorists. That's another thing. Our good sense of humor. When my head busts open, the sense of humor that's in my head is going to go all out to the student body. They're going to be very funny. I'm sure they'll be like little Al Jolson's. Yeah, mommy. I love Al Jolson. You're a big Al Jolson fan, I'm sure. Who's Al Jolson? Let's just move on. Let's move on. Who are your favorites, of course? You're probably like Mom the Mobley, right? I love her. I love her brand of humor. That filthy madam, I really eat pussy instead of suck cock humor. That you know. Man, that's some cool shit. Absolutely. You're my new education czar. Earth, wind, or confirm or waiting on fire. That's from Sparrow Agnew, my assistant / vice fucking president's office. He gets upset when I say, get my laundry. Like, what else what do you want me to fucking do? By the way, I DVR'd the Blue Bloods for you. I'm a big Tom Selleck, Donnie Wahlberg fan. I think, the chemistry between Tom Selleck and Donnie Wahlberg is not discussed enough in the Emmy nominations. What are your thoughts on that? I'm from 1985. That's right. I'm from 1972. Nothing about this makes any sense. Apparently, this is for a podcast of some sort that an enormous obese junkie does. 2016. Look at the hair on Donald Trump. Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? Is that Kaiser Permanente? Who's this minor bird Cuban? Ted Cruz. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had a guy in the White House named Cruz. Yeah. I used to ask him for toilet paper. What about that Clinton guy? I've been reading up on the future. Oh my God! And talk about he was Kennedy times 64. Kennedy got quality ass. We're talking Angie Dickinson, Monroe, my wife. In 68, Pat was a looker. As long as they got the weed whacker out and took that fucking Bush down, that W down, if you know what I'm saying, that George H.W. Bush. Oh, there. Hi-ho the hoo. How about the ha-he and the ha-ha? I mean, you don't tell me I'm going to Vietnam. I ate out my wife every night. Holy shit. I was in the jungle. We got a ceasefire. I got 2 fucking stupid kids. What the hell are they doing? By the way, I'd like to note a rumor. Otis Nixon of the Atlanta Braves is not my son. Otis Nixon of the Cleveland Indians. The guy who looks like Steve. Not my son. Wish he was, though. Get in a 4-1-40. Now, Steve, do you mind clapping your hands while I go in the bathroom? Why that? Well, I just want to make sure that... Well, you know what? Don't clap your hands. If you don't mind, I'm going to take every valuable thing on this table in the bathroom with me. And I have a thing. It's a form of Crohn's disease. I can't shit unless I look at everything valuable in the room. It loosens up the stool. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to take this watch, this Academy Award that I stole from Sinatra because he owed me a favor. This gold lamp. I'm going to steal this picture of my wife. I have a rare thing. I can't shit unless I look at everything that's worth more than $200 in this room. Either that or you clap your hands. I can either look at everything valuable in the room, or it's a rare disease where either that or I can't shit unless I'm looking at every valuable thing in the room, or I hear an African American clapping in the other room. If I hear one of those or see one of those 2 things, then it just comes right out of me. I'll tell you what, it'll speed up your meeting here. Traffic is building over there on Pennsylvania Jerkoff Street. Now you can take my car. Look at Megyn Kelly. Holy shit, that's a woman. Jesus Christ. What happened to Walter fucking Cronkite? This Rupert Murdoch fuck. I remember in the 68 election, I was at his 75th birthday. And I said, Rupert, you're going to go up there. You're going to retire? He goes, no, I'm going to start a Nazi channel. Oh, that's right. Oh, my God. I've never seen more perfect pussy in my life. Yeah, what about this Fox News channel? I love it a lot. I love that Megyn Kelly. That's right. They're in Detroit tonight, honey. Oh, yeah. Megyn Kelly thinks Donald Trump's rude. Go out that theater and make a left, walk 2 blocks. Yeah, I've been there. Honey. You think Donald Trump said something rude? Go out the theater you're in right now. You'll be in Detroit. To your right will be Comerica Park. To left will be hell. If you want to see what's wrong with the country, just make a left out the theater. And you'll see why Donald Trump was really being rude. Hey, I hope you can take those heels off because you'll be giving them to the first person you see. No good gutter snipes. Well, this has been a great meeting. I'm sure Fire's probably shacked up with Luca Brasi and a chick. And we'll get right back to you. I like this a lot. We have on tape that I am hiring a colored guy, a African American, to be the head of my education. And I'd like to point out that he sounds like Stephen Veteran. Very loose on it. Yeah, I just have a lisp. I like it very articulate. That's right. You're very articulate. You're a very sweet guy. How about me and you go out tonight? A couple of bachelors. That's right. I don't patents exist. I told her for 2 days you don't exist, honey. I'm going to get some of that pussy I get on the what we call the dark side of the planet over there. And hey, can you hook me up with some African American pussy or what? Absolutely. If you want to come, I get over there. I have the head education. I'm gonna get a lot of pussy. I think absolutely. Now you probably have several children. That's right. Even though you're 17, did you have? I'm gonna guess your oldest is 19. That's funny. That's very funny. Can I use that? When I use Earth, Wind, and Fire, use it. Go right ahead. That's not mine though. That was told me by Joe Kennedy, the old man at a party. Yeah. If you wanted to, we'll have a parade in your honor. We could use the float you're on. We could use Ted Kennedy's head. I love it. I hate the Kennedys so much. Maybe she was passed around like a lazy Susan, my wife, from each Kennedy. Took a fucking stab at her. Look at that Clinton fucker. What a fucking... My God. When I heard that motherfucker, he's risked the presidency to get a blowjob from a chick in this room. I can't wait to see this chick. That's right. I thought that chick would be a hot motherfucker. She was me in a beret. I'll say it one more time. Me in a beret. This guy's got a problem. At least Kennedy was getting hot chicks. Angie Dickinson, Marilyn Monroe. That's right. This guy's getting low-hanging fruit. He's the president. And his little fucking jerk-off stupid I can't pass the bar exams on. Take it a few more times, cocksucker. Yeah, you're cute, but you're about as dumb as a rock, aren't you? Keep spending the fucking grandpa's money, you stupid asswipe. You sound like you're angry. We're going to discuss this when I come in here every day. Come in once a week, pal. And Steve. Well, that's it. I got to go meet Holdeman and give him some cash. Just kidding. Do you understand the reference? Absolutely not. I didn't think so. Let's go meet some of your children. Where are they right now? They're over on the other side of the town. They work at the expressway. Did we get them orange vests? Yeah. That's great. Well, we took care of them. My news on internet. Yeah, Steve. Take care. Brush your hair. This has been Nixon and Steve. This has been the pilot for Nixon and Steve, coming to CBS's Friday right after Blue Bloods. That's right, we dropped, as they say now, we dropped it while it's hot, a reference to Blue Bloods. Tom's like a great friend of mine. You have not had a threesome till you've had one with Tom Magnum P.I. Tell him. Can I fuck a bitch with Magnum P.I.? Absolutely. You won't have blue balls, but you'll have blue bloods. 9 o'clock. There's a promo for you. Followed by Nixon and Steve. They talk like they could be in 1973. They could be in 1985. They could be in 2016, 1942, anywhere. It makes absolutely no sense, but neither does the Big Bang fucking theory. All of a sudden, Maya Bialik is a fucking sex symbol. What's going on? I'm a big fan of vinyl, personally. Bobby Kane of LA. He looks like a black guy to me. I don't know. He's a brother. Absolutely. Me and Steve. We might recast Steve. We're not charismatic enough. Of course, I play myself. Megyn Kelly has just left Fox Theater, and she made a left, like I said to. And she is now talking to one of the Eurythmics. A former backup singer for Sly and the Family Stone. Is mumbling to her. And Megyn is saying, well, I'm a big fan of Sly. The guy is itching his arm. We're giving you an arm. He's itching his arm incessantly. And he's just punched Megyn Kelly in the face. And now he is, it looks like he's urinating on Megyn Kelly. And Megyn Kelly is still saying that Donald Trump was rude to her. Megyn Kelly says she can handle anybody. She's someone who has compassion. So she's proving it. She went outside the Fox Theater without Steve. I said, take Steve. She wouldn't take Steve. I would have went with the bitch. Yeah, and possibly your head would have butt open. That's right. Instead, it looks like Megyn's head is being butt open. Megyn's head being butt open by piss. Absolutely. By Sly and the Family Stones. Absolutely, Steve. I love you. Look at the ears on Rubio. My gracious. You get both. El Duque could have come over on both of those ears. El Duque and his 47 children could have come over on each ear Rubio had from Cuba to Miami. That's right, another joke there. Steve's giggling at that one. Let the record show that Steve's giggling. I was giggling, absolutely. Well, Megyn Kelly's walking another block. She has sterilized the urine off her face. And she says, I'm going to continue to walk into the neighborhood. I'm going to show you what it's like. I get along with everybody. And she has been punched in the face by a woman. Actually, I think the woman used a crowbar. Megyn Kelly said, go Tigers. Didn't work. And now a homeless man is coming over who looks to be Lou Whitaker, second baseman for the Tigers in the 80s. Lou, apparently pension plan. That's her. Lou Whitaker is now punching Megyn Kelly in the face. And Donald said, I've succeeded. I've made America great again. Megyn Kelly probably won't be in tomorrow. It said Dana Perino will be walking through Detroit. Oh, I love Dana Perino. Icky Sticky Apple Pie Ralph on 2. I'll end with this and we'll take a break. Yo Chameleon, pull another color out of the crayon box. Look for Nixon and Steve, CBS Fridays after Blue Bloods, followed by local news. Back after this. By the way, update on Megyn Kelly, who went outside the Prushi's part, knows how the people think, and was one of the people risking her $10 million book deal. Megyn Kelly, the beautiful blonde Fox News Channel reporter, she left the Fox Theater in downtown Detroit, made a left with no bodyguards. The first two encounters she had, she was beaten in the face. She's now up and walking again, and we now have word that the singer Rodriguez is beating her with a ukulele.
Oh.
The singer Rodriguez has officially gone senile and still lives. He sold 4 million records in South Africa. He still lives on the corner of J and Wazoo Avenue. And he's now beating Megyn Kelly with a ukulele. And he's singing his song, Crucify Your Mind. There's a song, man. Of course, this isn't true. Megyn Kelly didn't go anywhere. She stayed with every white person she knows. But Rodriguez, man, I discovered him. Me and Adrian discovered him together in a documentary. Went to go see him at the Beacon Theater, supported him. He's blind. You think I'm racist? I paid $125 a ticket for me and Adrian, a beautiful dinner on the Upper West Side of Manhattan to see a blind Mexican sing 4 songs. I am not racist. That's right, a blind Mexican. What's good, a blind Mexican? You can't see the lawn. What is a blind Mexican? You're selling, that's not an orange, Jose. You're selling me. That's one of your nutsacks.
Oh.
But a quick just observation. The political stuff is just so amazing. This is when you need a young Hunter S. Thompson. I was telling Dan, Hunter S. Thompson, of course, is a guy probably most famous because other famous people that a lot of young people know love them and talk about him all the time. Johnny Depp played him in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and in a couple other movies, I think, too. And Bill Murray plays him in a movie called Where the Buffalo Roam in 1980. Bill Murray does a great impression of Hunter S. Thompson. By the way, that movie was not talked about enough because he made it in the Caddyshack Stripes days. It was overshadowed. Where the Buffalo Roam, pick it up. Bill Murray plays him. But he's on, his book Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is more popular now because of the movie, but it was written in 1971. And my buddy Joey Nelms, obviously, I was from basically a suburb of the south side of Newark, a very blue-collar town, Italian, Irish, working-class town. And even though I was, 14 miles from New York City, you're very closed-minded, and it's a very provincial thing. It's that Knights of Columbus, Guinea sort of closed-minded way of thinking. And the arts and being sort of introduced to literature and different things is not something you get into. That's another reason I'm happy I went into comedy. And I was raw, man. I mean, I didn't come out of Northwestern. I was a longshoreman for 2 years. The most cultured guy when my bookie would say mozzarella instead of mozzarella. And I went into New York. And the great thing about New York City is when I started going into these clubs, one day we all have to show up. These young kids come by the Comedy Cellar now, and they'll see me in a tell, or me and my buddy Russ Maneve, or Colin, or Jeff Ross is out there, the great Greer Barnes, Louis there a lot. Go on down the line. Keith Robinson, by the way, great comic, had a stroke, and I want to say shout out to Keith. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Keith Robinson is a funny motherfucker. At that comedy table, man, holy shit, me and him, we've had some fun together. Well, me and him every once in a while would team up on people, and you're done, man. The great Artie Fuqua, Tracy Morgan, but Keith, I wish you the best. All right, but I heard you're doing okay, but I got scared there. Yeah, put it this way, the honesty is so amazing at that table. If you want to know if you really look good in a shirt, you send the picture to Keith Robinson. But here's why I love Keith. If you want to know if your mother really looks good in a shirt, send the picture to Keith Robinson. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll put it this way, if the rest of the world were like that table at the Comedy Cellar, everything would be fine. But, all of us, they say, how do you start? Well, you got to go to New York, and you got to go to a place like that, and you got to walk in the door. It's got to be that first day where you walk in the door, you show up. One day I showed up. One day David Tell showed up. Early 20s, late teens, And you're either going to be a guy who's there at night and leaves, goes back to work at a gift shop in Rhode Island, or you're going to be a guy who's there for a couple weeks, couple years, or you're going to be a guy who's there like us, 21 years, and, not much else going on. ruined every relationship we've ever had because we're in love with the lady comedy. But anyway, drug addiction. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to say is this. What am I trying to say? What was I talking about? What did I start saying?
The Comedy Cellar table.
No, why did I start talking about the Comedy Cellar? I was trying to make a point.
Oh, kids that why people aren't fascinated by the election.
No. 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 What the fuck was I starting to say? Start talking about something. I had an excellent point. Oh, God. Oh, God. Anyway. Maybe it'll come back to me. I have a head cold. Can't remember anything. Wow. So here's Ed Torian. We'll go right into the bit. Ed Torian, the famous lie detector guy from Stern. Yeah, this guy. Yes, wait. You were talking to Amoroso. Understand? Oh, wait, I can't do him with this. Oh, wait, with this head cold, I can't do Torian.
Oh, no. I was still looking forward to this.
Wait, calm down. Yes, I understand it. Yes, Ed Torian. Yeah, she was receptive. I can't do Torian. I got to get over the cold.
Oh.
I can't do Torian with the cold. Fuck. You know why? Because you got to go high a little bit. Shit. All right, coming up. I'll get better. This happens. You lose some impressions. Damn.
Your Nixon got better and you lose that Torian.
Well, anything low I can do. I feel like my head wanted to both open. That's perennial. Everything's lower. I sound like Barry White. I'll preview it. I'm not going to do it with a shitty impression. I know I can't do it. I got to get a couple days. I've had a bad head cold. People whine on Twitter. Some guy on Twitter, I swear to God, I wanted to fucking drive wherever he was. And I get mad, and I go, dude, add up everything you've ever bought for me. I say, any movie ticket you bought that I was in. I wanted all the podcast money, everything. But he's a day one subscriber, so he spent $90 so far. Right? $90. 50,000 hours of podcasting. And we were on for 2 days in a row, and he goes, at some point, dude, I go from a fan to someone you're just shitting on. You fucking fag! Hate you. I hate you. I don't like you. The biggest reason I hate you is because you like me. You're a bozo. Shitting on 50,000 hours of fucking... Who gives you that? Nobody gives you that. Dick. You dick. You're a dickhead. I hate you. I hate your guts. Whoever wrote that, I forget your name because that's what I do. I don't know you exist. Except now I know you exist. I hate your guts. I hope you die. I said add up everything. Every CD you've ever bought, every DVD you've ever bought, ticket, anything. The gas money it took to drive to the theater to see Dirty Work. The gas money it took to drive to the DVD store to buy a $1 version of Beer League. All of it. All of it. The fat fucking whore you brought to see Dirty Work. The fucking ribs you had to shove down her throat at Applebee's before you fucked her and give her $200 to go home and fucking shit all over her kids. Add it up. I'll write you a check. And then I want you to die. And then I want you to die a slow death. I want you to get throat cancer. I want you to sound like Babe Ruth. Like I do. I'm going to pray to the Lord Jesus Christ you get throat cancer. Dear God, dear Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God, I don't ask for much, but there's a guy on Twitter. You invented Twitter, I guess. You know what it is, right? I'm sure you know what it is. You invented Steve Jobs. You know what it is. So, thanks for taking it, by the way. What an annoying bastard he was becoming. Basically gave us a third arm and said, bye. Here's a third arm. It's called an iPhone. Bye. Now I'm dying. I hope he's in hell. Take care of Steve Wozniak, though. I like him. Get him laid, by the way. What was I talking about at the beginning of this segment, God? Do you remember? Can you run it back? Because I forget. All right. And I'd like to, I need the Antorian impression back. That was a God-given thing. I need that back within a couple of days. I'm going to promo. You, God, you. I'm sorry, I'm here with Nixon. You, motherfucker. I'm down, yeah, I died. Guess what? You take 18 minutes out of my goddamn fucking tape, and what happens? You get a one-way ticket from St. Peter. You go to the down elevator. That's what you do, the express. Get a pineapple shoved up your ass. Fucking Hitler. I'm next to the Kardashian father, for Christ's sake, talking about how, holy shit, he's bent over backwards. They make him watch a loop of his fucking whore daughter getting fucked by that black kid. It's on a goddamn loop. That's what you get for hiding a knife of a goddamn guy who decapitated two people. I love OJ too, don't get me wrong. The mayor of White Pussy Town, the mayor. God, I'm back, listen. Feels like my head while the booth opened. God, that's Steve. Of course, yes, Steve is there. You took him to what happened. Well, Steve's head booth open, then his heart booth open. And his casket was open. His casket was closed, his head was booth open. That's right, he's a gang member, of course. God, I pray to you, there's a kid on Twitter. I've given, God, I swear to God, I've done now 14 months of a podcast, 14 months, okay? And we, Danny and I, he's the guy over there. Please let him come to terms with his sexuality, please, please. He thinks Rick Steves isn't gay. Come on, God, what's going on? Gets the sweats around Rick Steves, God. Wait, God's texting me. F-A-G, thank you. Please let Dan come to terms with that. I think he's got a lot of anger. 5 Brussels Griffons. You pronounce it Griffin too, thank you. Griffin, Griffon, what the fuck? It's like cock or cack. Sorry, Richard. It feels like the closet that Dan then wants to both open. I'm sorry. No, the guy's name, I think Sean something, I forget. At the real Sean Cocklick or something. Yeah, he said, you haven't done a podcast in 2 days. Well, I've done 50,000 hours, God, I swear to God. Me and Dan did a podcast every other day, 200 in 2015. 200. Dick Nixon doesn't work that hard. 200 podcasts I gave him, God. He has on Twitter, he goes, at some point you're just shitting on me. I want you to kill him, but I want it to be slow. Catheter. The whole thing, slow cancer. Thank you, God. He's nodding his head, yes, thank you. Name of the Father, Son, and tell my father I'll see him soon. He's buying lunch. And I'm sorry about the joke I do in stand-up where I say he takes his belt off and I know it's coming, and it's a blowjob at time. Anyway. Yeah, these motherfuckers. Twitter. So I'll preview it. I won't do this to you guys. I'm coming up. Antorian gives Richard Nixon a lie detector. Yeah, you were deceptive. Did you ever hire Cubans to break into a Watergate? Yeah, you were deceptive. So I'm not going to do it. But that's a preview. What the hell are you talking about? Who the hell are you? Cubans. Yes or no, please. Did I ever give a Cuban a Dutch oven? What the fuck does that mean? Are you attracted to Howard Stern? Who the hell's Howard Stern? Did you hire Kaiser Permanente? Kaiser will help. Did you hire the usual suspects? This Governor Kasich guy, I think he's a little crazy. He's got a bat in the belfry, this guy. Talks to God all the time. Fuck off with God. Yeah, those twin sisters, twin daughters, they're 16. My God, Jesus Christ. Having a Costa Rica fishing trip with those two. The wife looks like a wax painting, for Christ's sake. Okay, Melania Trump is in Detroit. And Eric Trump is in Detroit. Forget Megyn Kelly. Just drop. Here's what I want to have. If there's a God, the limo leaves for some reason without Eric Trump because he's trying to pick up Megyn Kelly. Hey, Megyn, it's Eric Trump, E.T. They call me E.T. Because you're a big head, alien head? No, Eric Trump. Oh, I'm sorry. You heard it's the alien thing? Oh, no, but I'm kidding. Well, I've charmed several anchors. Maria Battaramo, do you know her? I've never actually she hung up on me, but I sent her some Chardonnay. It's Eric Trump. How are you? Did you see my whole blog about hard work? No. Yeah, I blogged about the importance of hard work. As you know, me and my brother Don are no stranger to hard work. It's a lot of hard work when you go into the Trump Tower and your last name is Trump. I've really dignified myself with the company. Me and my sister, of course. My sister's really championed herself with the company. It was a lot of hard work. Anyway, want to fuck? No. If there's okay, the limo leaves somehow without him, and Donald calls him on the fag phone, on the pussy spoil kid phone, and goes, Eric, where are you? You missed the limo. Oh, sorry, Dad. Well, listen, we'll send people over there. Don't move. Stay right here. No, I'll get a cab. No, don't do anything that a normal person does. No, I'll get a cab. You're in Detroit, Eric. No, Dad, it's Eric. I'm fucking. You said how tough I was when I handled the Trump Tower. Remember in Arizona? Eric, people on instructions just to never listen to you, but pretend they did. Oh, come on. It's E.T. Right. You know it's because your head's big. No. Eric Trump, I'm sorry. Your brother's D.T. That's not Donald Trump. No, it's because of his alcohol. The DTs? No. I'm kidding. All right. That's a joke. No, okay, and Eric Trump gets in a cab, and the cab driver, by mistake, takes a wrong turn and has a heart attack 4 feet from Rodriguez's house. Okay? Eric Trump is in that stupid suit with that stupid look on his face, that abnormally large cranium, that white hair, and his cell phone dies, and he's in the middle of Detroit. God, please, Lord Jesus Christ, if that ever happens. Oh, my God. How great would that be? How great would that be? When his dad visits him in the hospital because his mouth has been raped so much, his face is like, his mouth is like Mr. Bill permanently. So much, a train of black cock has gone through his mouth, and it's made it a permanent O. His shoes are gone. He has scrapes all over his face. Someone with a razor blade. Someone with a razor blade in his forehead wrote faggot. And E.T. and Make America Great Again. And he goes, Dad, listen, he has to type it out because he can't talk. He's got a tracheotomy. And Donald says, bad news, Eric, you know, you're going to toughen it up and get to work tomorrow in that Arizona building? Someone with his tracheotomy, with like Ebert used to have, or like Stephen Hawking has, he types out, Dad, if you're going to make America great again, I know a corner you should start. It's in Detroit. Yeah. And then Donald Trump is mad because his kid's not perfect anymore. And just abandons him. And he dies alone in a shelter. Then becomes a TV movie. Played by Donnie Wahlberg. Eric Trump. The True Hollywood Story. Coming up. Here's the last act of Eric Trump's True Hollywood Story. Coming up. Eric Trump boards a plane for Detroit. They tell Melania, and she has the same look on her face she always has. Eric died. He was raped. And we abandoned him. He died in a shelter. Melania? What? What are you looking at? The wall? The one your husband built? No, in our house. Boy, I can't wait to hear Waters' world take on all this. If there's any justice, the last 40 years of his life, he's Waters, and his world will be the shower at San Quentin. I'm Waters, and this is my asshole. It feels like your asshole's going to buff open. All right, so Torian talking to... Yeah. I can't do it. Torian talking to Nixon. That's a preview of the show. All right, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to end with this. Thank you for listening to my rhetoric. Dave Navarro, the great guitarist from Jane's Addiction, and he was at the Chili Peppers for a while. I got to know him a little bit on the Stern Show. The morning we played the Anal Rings, I was Lord of the Anal Rings. A stripper came in, put a pole in her ass, and I used to throw it. And I used to win all the time. Dave Navarro and Carmen Electra were in. And Navarro said, if you beat me, you could squeeze Carmen's tits on the air. And I said, okay, I beat him. Of course I beat him. And I squeezed Carmen Electra's tits live on the Stern Show. And while I was doing that, I got home. I got like 30 voicemails from my friends who were all driving on a February day to Newark to build a deck or put a frame on a house. And they were all like, hey, you motherfucker, you were dumber than me in high school. What are you doing right now? You should be getting me plywood. You're squeezing Carmen Electra. Jesus. At the time, my salary was $950,000 a year. Not including my stand-up book and network deal money. Royalties, etc. That's why America's great. America's always been great, according to me, Trump. I got no problem with it. I'm a fucking junkie who fucking had to go to summer school and graduate high school. My father left me a piece of sheetrock. Million years, squeeze Carmen Electra's tits. I'm fine. This country's awesome. I'm sitting in a penthouse in Hoboken looking at the fucking city. I'm a retard. Anyway. Because I can go like this. Woohoo! All right, so Navarro's coming in. Navarro's a great guy. So recently I got in contact with him on Twitter again. And Dave, he's an open book, man. He's such a great interview. He's always awesome on Stern. He said something so funny on Stern once. He said it under his breath, and I'm going to bring it back up to him when we talk to Dave. By the way, a brilliant guitarist. well respected. He said somebody said that Carmen Electra said she liked some song by Bryan Adams, and he goes, I don't know what that is. He goes, you're not sure what that is? And we played the song "Heaven" for him by Bryan Adams, and he went, that might be the worst song I've ever heard. I don't mind Bryan Adams, but that's fucking funny. So he's going to come in on live, I think. He's going to be in town. He's going to come into the condo. And, Dave has been open about his struggles with drug addiction. And, specifically heroin. And I believe blow, whatever, rock star does. I believe he's sober. I don't want to, talk too much because we texted back and forth a little bit. I think he's in L.A. or on the road. And I want to pick a day when neither one of us is on the road. He's in town after March 12th. He's March 12th till May. He'll be in New York, he said. So we're going to try to get it done soon. So around St. Patty's Day, we'll have Navarro in here. And Dave, I told him I might want to talk a little bit in a serious way about the heroin. Now, listen, obviously what happened to me in Pittsburgh, I'm going to tell that whole story soon because I owe it to you guys. I'm trying to make sure a couple of people are protected in the way I tell it. But I want to tell it in a way where I don't sound like fucking Nixon on acid. I got to get rid of this head cold. But look, put two and two together. I went to an AA meeting in Pittsburgh because I had to. My nose started bleeding in front of 500 people, 3 shows in a row, sold out shows. And the great people in Pittsburgh were so affectionate. And I mean, a lot of people were mad, I guess, but most of those people, my God, they hugged me as if they were my family. And I stayed on stage the whole time. I gave them one show. I did an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know how I did that. But forgot my act was disconcerting. My nose was bleeding, and I couldn't think of anything else. And I just don't want to disappoint you guys. Believe me, it means a lot to me that you still pay to see me. And my stand-up has been going amazing, actually. I've been destroying. Proud of a lot of the new material, and I mumbled through it. I mumbled because of my distraction. And each show, people hugged me like they were my cousins. A lot of lies on Twitter, by the way. One guy said I collapsed when I got off stage. No, I didn't collapse. I went nowhere near collapsing. I was perfectly healthy, except for the blood. And everybody huddled around because they're sweet people in Pittsburgh. And those are my people. I love them. One of the most romantic 30 hours I ever spent in my life was in Pittsburgh. Chick, I mentioned her on Howard back in like 2004 during a blizzard. I met her at the club. She had blow, and it was like, whatever. Yeah, she had issues. If the devil comes down, man, it's going to look like a hot chick with blow, man. I said that. And I blew it off, and then it was a snowstorm. Would have taken 6 hours to get out of downtown Pittsburgh, and I drove there. So I had my Mercedes at the time. I'll never forget this. And I called her. I don't know. She goes, I'm not far from where you are. She had a heated, like a fireplace going. She had a Neil Young cover on the Neil Young from After the Gold Rush, that album. She had a painting of it on a cover for her couch. I don't know. I said, you're into Neil Young? She had to be about 27 at the time. I used to call the Neil Young girl on Howard. Dana and I were in a break, I think. A lot of time has passed. I thought we were going to break. So I said, we started talking. She made a little food. All right, she put out a couple lines of cocaine. And I've said this before, there's a perfect amount. I want to talk to Navarro about this, too, because he's great at being honest with this. There's a perfect amount of cocaine in you. The perfect amount. You can fuck great. I mean, like a champion, like the best lay and orgasm you've ever had as a guy. But if you go one speck over that amount, you can't fuck. You can't get hard. There's like a window, and there's not enough, but there's just enough. And I've had that maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, and I've not measured it, so I don't know. But this was just such a romantic 30 hours. Like something out of a book or something. A Norman Rockwell book, if Norman Rockwell painted cokeheads in Pittsburgh who were into Neil Young. Like snowfall, and we ordered pizzas and shit, and she wasn't a great cook. And Irish-German girl. Father worked in the mines. I mean, the factories there, like the guys on the Deer Hunter. Used to shower there and stuff, and I asked how the water pressure was in the shower. It was a very odd conversation. I fell in love with her. I fell in love with her in an hour and a half. I would have married her. One problem. She was married.
Oh!
Found that out at the end, by the way.
You beat this up?
How adorable. Found that out at the end. She goes, there's a problem, Martin. At the end, because I said, I want to come back here. I want to marry you. I want to marry you. I'll marry you now. We'll tell me, We were listening to After the Gold Rush. The whole album we listened to while we're laying in bed. Oh, God. She peed on me in the shower.
Oh!
I shit on her cat. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Not about the cat. I tried to kick the cat out the door, though. Well, I hate when you have to pretend you like a chick's animals. Oh, he is cute. What's his name? Buster? That's great. Yeah, sure. I'd love to talk to him. But she even got that. She was willing to kill the cat for me if I'd stay another day. I said, would you put the cat in the blender? Guy was away visiting his parents after a business trip. And, oh, God, I was so mad at her. Just spreading misery. This poor guy. If she's fucking me, who else is she fucking? Everyone on the Pirates. And the poor guy, like, if she's fucking me, who isn't she fucking? I have that thing. I said this on the Tonight Show a couple times. I told Jason. Yeah, I have such low self-esteem. If a woman is willing to fuck me, I feel she'll fuck anything breathing. So my competition is everything in the world. Like if a chick, we're leaving a party, and a chick's talking to the dog a little too long. On the way home, what's up with you and the dog? You and the dog. Who, Buster? Oh, Buster. Now it's Buster all of a sudden. What are you talking about? We'll talk about it at home. Oh, God, my heart, like, I fell in love with her, decided to marry her, and then got my heart broken by her in 30 hours. Oh, man. Right now, that guy might be putting a kid who looks like me through grammar school.
Or Ramos Ramirez.
I had a rubber, actually. I used a rubber. It's the worst part of the story. I was telling my buddy Russ Maneve, the comic, about this. He goes, well, at least lie to me. Come on, man. I go, guys like, you don't have the rubber. So now, I go, yeah, I didn't use a rubber. And she got pregnant. She had a kid, and then I fucked the kid without a rubber. I fucked the daughter, the girl. Then that girl had a grandkid of mine. It was a son. I fucked him without a rubber, too. Yeah, I fucked your cat without a rubber. Guy thing. Yeah, I didn't talk to her after that. I didn't bring it up on the air, of course. I wanted to say her name and get that guy out of his misery, spreading misery. That guy found out eventually. I hope he doesn't know about it. Actually, I'm describing the Neil Young thing. Could you imagine if they're sitting at home listening to this podcast right now on the Neil Young thing? How many chicks will look like her on Neil Young thing? Oh, my God. Fucking, I don't care. I'm saying her name. But, I don't know, Pittsburgh is a pretty big Stern fan. Someone might know a hot chick who has a Neil Young couch cover. Hey, Ned, ain't you married to that chick with the couch cover after the guy? I said the album. Oh, wow. You know what? I don't care. Let it happen. We need the publicity. Yeah. Whole story's coming. I might wait till Navarro. I had a situation there, an experience in Pittsburgh. I won't say what it was, but it rhymes with schmeelaps. So, but I'm back on track. I feel great because that's what the program is. You know, I said to myself, I was shaking at the hotel, and the concierge told me about an AA meeting in Pittsburgh, and I went, and it's important, those things. But I got to tell you, man, there were 4 people at this thing. It was a Saturday night, midnight meeting in Pittsburgh, outside of a little town outside of Pittsburgh, cold as hell. And I realized I ran the gamut in Pittsburgh. I've done some of my best work there, now some of my worst work. I've had romantic nights, awful nights, and I've been shivering and alone at 48 years old at an AA meeting by the coffee in Pittsburgh. And I saw the misery. You want to know why Trump might get elected? The hopelessness in this country, these poor kids. And a couple of them came to the show. One kid was wearing an It's a Whiskey Talking shirt that my sister designed. He's one of like 8 guys who got it. I mean, the affection I have for these guys, they're such fans, and they're young kids, these 23-year-old kids, especially around the Midwest, these blue-collar towns. There's a massive heroin problem. You know, Trump found out in New Hampshire about it there, in a lot of these hippie towns, Portland, Maine, and stuff. Massive. Now, look. And then these kids come up to me and say, "Art, you mean so much to me. You got me through a lot." And I look up to you. I'm like, "Please, I don't want that pressure because I want you to be okay. I have an affection for these people. I admire you that you like me for that, but I'm not saying I'm Bob Dylan here. It's a C-minus list version of it, but there's kids who say it. That radio fan thing, that Howard should take all the credit for, not me, but the affection, it means so much to them. And I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's so important to me. But there's a real epidemic, man. See, I wasn't a heroin addict when I was 23. I had such ambition. To look at me now, you wouldn't know that, but I had such ambition. I would get up, I'd go, I'd start driving my cab after I left the port. You know, the stories, I would leave the cab in front of the comic strip, run in, do a set, come back, and be running. One of my comic buddies out there, watch it for 20 minutes before iPhones. Drive back through the Holland Tunnel. I left out of Union, New Jersey, so that was out of my jurisdiction. I go back on. I'd say I had to go to the airport. I got caught in traffic, and I was really doing a set of stand-up. I had that ambition. You can't do that if you're on opiates. You can't do it, guys. Can't do it. I was on a lot of blow. It's a different thing. You can't. My mid-30s, because of my schedule, overextending myself, I got involved in painkillers, and that led to something else. And then the world of opiates. You know, my life became chaos because of cocaine in the 90s. But, you know, jail ended that or whatever. But opiates is a different thing, man. It becomes a part of you. And I don't think it's hammered home enough to these kids. These kids are... Because when you go through withdrawals, man, you can't function. And at 23 to go through that, it must be a hell. And these kids have parents who were addicted. I did not go through that. I come from a blue-collar town. My old man climbed roofs for a living, you know. But there was so much love in my house. And my father would have got me anything I wanted. At 17, I could have got a Porsche because he would have stolen it. Instead, I did what we could afford. I bought a $400 car, my own money from washing pots in a fucking restaurant. But I didn't care. I didn't know I wasn't rich till I met a rich kid. I've said that before. I didn't want anything. It was a blast. So you kids got it tougher than me is what I'm saying. You poor, if your parents are addicted, they can't go to work, and then you're addicted to these opiates. It's a scourge. It really is. And it's taken over. Because that Mexican brown, man, that brown powder from Mexico, that is cheap. Cheap shit. You know, it comes in a brick. You get a lot of, you get 40 bags for like $1. The painkillers, the oxys, the Vicodins, these kids can't afford it anymore. And they might get into crimes and stuff. But you got a good job at a fucking, deli. You can pay for the heroin if you're living at home. And it's just sad. So a couple of guys at the AA meeting recognized me, and there were some young kids there, and they were not out on a Saturday night at 23 years old. They were at this AA meeting trying to get better. Oh, my God, I got such respect for them. There's a maturity there, but at the same time, they're going to get high on Suboxone, which is this generation's version of methadone, and it just keeps the addiction going, is what it does. Got to go through a cold turkey at some point. Cold turkey with the withdrawals. And I've been through them a lot of times, and those withdrawals can get biblical. But if you can get through it, something spiritual might happen. And something spiritual does have to happen. That's the way to get out of it. But the greatest way to do it is not to get involved with it. Like the Bill O'Reillys of the world, these conservative people, Trump, that's one area I don't really agree with them. They have no compassion, it seems, for the drug addiction. It's just don't do them. Well, you haven't walked in these kids' shoes. You don't know what this kid's going through. These kids in Pittsburgh, or Cleveland, or North Jersey, wherever, who have nothing at home. See, I have with the opiates, I have this career. What you hear me doing right now, talking on the mic, I live for this. I love it. I love it. I've been blessed with the gift of gab, and in this country, it can buy you a house and your mom and everybody else. It lets me live a very nice lifestyle, but not everybody has this, and I know it. So, guys, if you're addicted, there is a hope. You can do it, especially if you're younger. But try to get through the withdrawals cold turkey. Do it medically. Don't do it by yourself. You got to stay hydrated. You could die of dehydration. Very, 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 very big thing. You can't die from opiate withdrawals, but it can induce something, but not from them alone. And I hope you guys know this, but from alcohol and benzos, you can. Alcohol withdrawals and DTs, you can die from that. If you have that too, go to the hospital. And benzos are like Xanax and stuff like that, Restorol and all that shit. Klonopin. Those are benzodiazepine drugs. They call them benzos. You can die from withdrawal from that as well. And the mental withdrawal from that is tough. So abstinence is the big thing. I understand. But with the opiates, if you want to know how to tell your kids, you're afraid, they're 14 and they're still, or 13, they're still playing wiffle ball. They still have an innocence about them, or cheerleading or whatever. And I mean wiffle ball for the guys and cheerleading for the girls, and I realize that can be different now, but I don't give a shit. You got to hammer it home. You got to sit them down. In other words, if your 15-year-old kid hurts his knee playing football, okay, and he goes to one of these fucking gutter snipe shit-face drug dealer doctors who all have side deals with the companies that make Oxy and the drug companies. And the guy says, okay, your knee's hurting. I'm going to give you a painkiller for the knee. Just take it for a week. Intervene. Or if you're a kid listening to this, have the balls to tell your doctor this. And he can't push this on you. He really can't. If he does, you can sue the fuck. Really, in your head, think about the pain in your knee. There's some pain that's extraordinary. I get it. You need something. But if you're a parent, if you're a kid who's listening to this, ask the doctor yourself, or hopefully a parent, you both, you, your mom, and dad, triple team this fuck. Because these doctors will push it. They get paid, believe me, or a blowjob from the hot chick selling the drugs for the fucking Pfizer or whatever it is. They're all hot chicks. All right? All of a sudden, the doctor looks like Marvin Hamlish is getting blown by a young Farrah Fawcett. Yeah, he's going to fucking buy oxys. Okay? They got something in on it. It helps them for you to take it. So really, this is all I ask you, really, really think of the pain in your knee. Can you live with it? Say to the guy, how long if I do what you say, the ice, everything, blah, 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 how long before it goes away? If he says 3 days, can you live with it for 3 days? I bet you can. I bet you can. Because you never know. You might be someone who, when you get that feeling, you want to keep feeling like that. And then before you know it, you're next to me at the coffee at a Pittsburgh AA meeting at midnight. I'm one of the lucky ones, guys. I'm 48, It's like Philip Seymour Hoffman was 46 when he got taken out by this. My buddy, Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew has become such a friend of mine. The TV's Dr. Drew, Dr. Drew Pinsky, I believe. Right?
Pinsky.
Good man. Caught a lot of shit about, putting all this shit on TV. And I offered me a lot of money, $300,000 or something, $250,000 to go on celebrity rehab. And I didn't do it because I said, do I want to just kill my mother? Does my mother have to see me throwing up with withdrawals next to Dennis Rodman? No. My mother knows I've done lines of coke and heroin, but she never saw me do one. I think she'd jump off a bridge. Out of sight, out of mind. So I'm lucky. But if you're 15 or another age and you go to the doctor or you don't live with your parents anymore, for millennials that'll be when you're 64, I think, or whatever. You go to the doctor and he offers you the pain pills, whatever that pain is. Just do me a favor. If you really like me, do me a favor, because I feel an affection for you guys. I want to try to help you out. Really think if you need that pain pill. Could you get by with an Advil? Could you, you're 15, you know. Could you deal with the pain? Be tough. Try to suck it up. Try. If you can't, you can't. Try. Because that is the best way. And I won't preach to you anymore because I'm not going to preach to you. But I love you. All right. With Dave Navarro, and I'll end with this. I got to ask Dave about this. I can't guarantee it. I want to ambush him. But if Dave doesn't want to do this, I'll do this on my own. But with Dave, it sweetens the pot. I'm going to have 2 kids come in here. Like the kids at the AA meeting. So these kids who have hopelessness in their eyes, who can't get through the withdrawals, who can't get clean. If you know somebody, your son, yourself, and you're listening to this. By the way, the contest winners for the sales thing in the fall, they're all coming up, by the way. They haven't been forgotten. They're all coming on the show. So in a few weeks, we're going to have the first guy, Stern Fan Nation. We'll be happy to have him up here. Good man. We've settled up. We're going to pay him his money, and I'm giving away those prizes. So we take care of people when we promise shit. We just had a kid up here the other day who was hurting and wanted to come in and sit on the podcast, and he had a fun time. But with Navarro especially, because we're going to be talking about this, we're going to have a lot of fun with Navarro, believe me. But after that, we might get a little seriousness in the sense that we're going to have 2 kids come up here. If you know a kid, you can nominate them, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this through Twitter, I guess. We got to figure out the details. I'm just giving you the
or Artie Quitter mail. They can,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Artie Quitter mail.
Danny's hearing this for the first time too, so we're going to figure this out. Dan is good at organizing this, but I want to try to have 2 kids up here. Here's what I want you to do for me. If you somehow got through withdrawals, stay clean for me. If you can stay clean, you can come up and you talk to me and Dave Navarro in this apartment. You have lunch with us about anything you want. Now, Dave, if he doesn't want to do it, I respect that. But at least me. Maybe you can just meet Dave or something, take a picture. And if you end up falling off the wagon, I'm not going to blow you off. You come up anyway. But I want you to try for me. Try to get through it. Because if you're young and you get through it once, there's all these stories. Like Miles Davis is a legend, a legendary jazz trumpeter. He got through it once. Locked himself above his father's farm. His father was a great man. His father was a dentist in East St. Louis. Think about it. Black man becoming a dentist in the 20s. That's a strong motherfucker. They should do documentaries about him. So he knew about dope and what you go through because he was a physician. He was a doctor, a dentist, and they know about morphine and shit. And what it does you, and Miles went to New York and became this famous trumpet player. Went to Paris and kicked ass over there, and he was a cult figure. He came back home, addicted to heroin, and at the age of like 27, 28, locked himself above his father's barn. And his father said, all I can give you is my love now, and for 6 days, just ranted and raved by himself. Again, I don't recommend it, but he did it. Walked out, he said the sun was shining, the withdrawals were gone, and he was fine. Now, you see documentaries, they go, he didn't say totally clean the rest of his life, but basically he stopped being a junkie. It stopped ruining his life. He got through it that one time. So try to do that for me. We're going to nominate a couple of people and you come up. And if you can do that, you come up here and you talk to me and Dave Navarro. And I promise you, we'll take our information and I will stay in touch with you. You're going to help me as much as I'm helping you. All right? Because you got to get through this, guys, if you're young. Give yourself a life. Give yourself a chance. I didn't have that addiction. Cocaine is a terrible drug, but it doesn't become a part of you the way opiates do. Opiates, be very, very scared of it. There's nothing romantic about it. Some dickhead offers you at school, really, it's like he's giving you poison, the opiates. Weed, blow, other shit, okay, whatever. Painkillers with opiates, the Mexican brown, stay away from it. Forget what else it does to you. You need it like after 4 hours, you need it again like oxygen, and it's illegal. So you can't travel on a plane. Your whole life becomes fucked. You do that to yourself at 20, and you're not giving yourself a life. And there's a real epidemic, and there's hopelessness. There's no jobs, and that's why Trump will get elected. That's who Trump's talking to. And Mitt Romney, the fucking venture capitalist motherfucker who's got a bunch of bodies in his wake, I'm sure, getting up and bitching about Trump, is not going to get Trump thrown out here. It's going to get him elected. That's the irony. These motherfuckers don't understand it. Mitt Romney should go to an AA meeting in Pittsburgh. That's why Trump's getting elected. These idiots. Idiots. I forget who said that. So one of the pundits today, a lot of them say stupid shit, but sometimes they say something smart. They said Trump is more of a symbol than anything. But I mean, Bernie Goldberg was an older, really bright guy. Bernie Goldberg, he's on O'Reilly a lot. But, he's more of a, and that's right. He is, Trump is a New Yorker who I respect. He's done a lot of, he's a businessman. Of course, he's done a lot of bad shit. You have to build a fucking 200,000 feet story, blah, 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 blah building on Fifth Avenue. Yeah. People are going to get fucked. But in the end, Mel Hall and the Yankees has an apartment. And the place to fuck white pussy. And Derek Jeter has a place to give out gifts to the chicks he fucks. Jeter lives in a Trump building, by the way. So did A-Rod. I think. A-Rod left the Trump building and Trump called him a loser. I like Jeter, not A-Rod so much. It's so funny. Because he moved out of the Trump building. Yeah. You might have to deal with the mafia. Because you can't get rid of the fucking garbage, Ted Cruz. Mama and Papa's garbage company don't come by like with an apple pie and take the garbage and take the sheetrock and the asbestos. Where do you put the asbestos? You put it up your ass. Let me tell you something. If you get a guy to take away asbestos in his truck and bring it somewhere, a bunch of asbestos, and he gladly takes it away, there's a good chance that guy's not here legally. It's the real world we're dealing with, guys. And that's where Trump lives. Hugh Hefner's one of Hugh Hefner's young dopey kids, by the way. Came out against Trump. Known him forever. Because why? Because Trump's always at the mansion. Of course. Because I've known Donald since he's a little kid, but I can't. Mr. Hollywood liberal, LA liberal jerk off, Hugh Hefner's kids. What does he know about life? What does he know about life? Trump has built towers all over the world. The only thing, this kid has built a condom building on a chick's fucking stomach. There's another condom I use. Let's put it like White Castle wrappers. I can't support Trump. Why are we even listening to him? Because he's Hugh Hefner's kid? His father's been in a robe for 60 years. I roasted Hugh Hefner, 2001, and for the Comedy Century. You can look it up. I killed for about 4 blistering minutes. I have me on tape in a tuxedo making Hugh Hefner laugh. It's the night Gilbert told the Aristocrats joke. We had so much fun that night. Ross was there, of course. Kimmel and Sarah. It's the night Kimmel and Sarah met each other. Kimmel hosted it. Such a fun night. Howard was there. The late Sam Simon, asswipe. And we all went to the after party afterwards. My girlfriend at the time, Michelle, and my sister and everybody. We went over. The rapper Ice-T, who I was making sure didn't touch my sister. Actually, good guys. They went to the after party, and all the comics were in a line and go up to Mr. Hefner and say thank you, like kiss his ring. And I said to Hefner, "Thank you, Mr. Hefner, for letting us perform for you." He shook my hand. He said 2 words to me. He looked at me and said, "I'm tripping." That's all he said. That's all he said. Hugh Hefner knew I existed for 5 minutes. Talk about awkward. He knew I existed for 5 minutes in his life. And that was the 5 minutes I roasted him on national television. That's the only time he knew I existed. I also got paid $1,000 for a blowjob at the Grotto. $1,000 I paid for a blowjob at the Grotto to look like James Caan. I had to pay for it. But I got blown at the Grotto. Yeah, that's right, Dad. You'll be hearing that story. After I ripped my pants bombing in front of Jerry Buss doing stand-up by the monkey cage. Got off stage. My assistant, Ted, I need pants. Where are you? Smoking weed with Sarah Silverman by the monkeys. By the chimps. So, sorry, little hef. Trump's really upset you came out against him. Nobody cares. Go back to your mansion and shut up. Take your father's robes and fuck them. Fuck your father's silk robe like it's a young Barbie Benton. This is Hugh Hefner at the after party. Mr. Hefner, it was a pleasure to... Mr. Hefner. Yeah, who are you? Are you Ice-T? No, I'm Artie Lang. What do you do? Sorry. That was the meatloaf. What do you do? I was on Mad TV for a couple. Now I'm on the Howard Stern show. I was on the Norm show. Dirty work. We played two guys' revenge for hire business. Very fun. I'm working on a film called Beerly. Writing it now. Jackie left, so I got the job in the chair. New album out called It's the Whiskey. Yeah, I can't get my someone bought my domain name, so it's Artie-Lang. Maybe you could go to it. Any advice for a young performer? I know you hung out with some of the young Lenny Bruce. My penis is different. It's like reddish. Have you ever fucked a chick from Somalia? Do you talk to Barbie ever? Can I get a picture of me, you, and that's Jeff Ross. Jeff and I are from the same hometown. Gilbert was so funny with the aristocrat. Did you like my set? I said, hey, Hef, I smell pussy. Did you burp? That was kind of a compliment. I saw one of your girlfriends go in the bathroom with Charlie Sheen. AZT. Is it full blown, really? Yeah, there's corpuscles on my nuts. They're magenta. You have a name of a doctor? Cobra? Insurance. Yeah, are they real? No. Pam Anderson? Did you ever have to get mean to Scott Baio? How much of a dick is Pauly Shore? I'm tripping. Okay, bye. That's the exact conversation. He was throwing up his mashed potatoes. So, on a serious note, Dave Navarro, sometime in March. Guys, start thinking about this. On tour, I seriously want to do this. I want to have a couple of kids up here, and you try to stay clean for me for a few days. And I will help you stay clean the rest of your life if you can. And you're going to help me too, because we're going to need it. Because in the end, all we got is each other. And maybe that's what AA is about. I don't know. Anyway, I got to get something spiritual, guys. But I feel good. I'm here to stay. And I love you all. Pittsburgh, you good people. Now we just have to edit that Neil Young, make it Todd Rundgren. Keep it in. You know what? Fuck, keep it in. I don't care. Let her contact me. Husband probably left her by now, I hope. Have you fucked every guy who headlined at the Funny Bone? Have you fucked every comic who headlined at the Funny Bone? She seemed to be a bit of a comedy. I saw Ari Spears' headshot there. That was disconcerting. Artie Fuqua. Yeah. Why is Dom Herrera's number here? The big Petey guy? Okay, you fucked Dom Herrera. I'm leaving. She was married. Guys, I was such a sucker. How did the Neville Brothers put it? Everybody plays the fool. I fell in love with her. Decided to marry her. Thought about how I'd ask her. I got my heart broken by her in 30 hours. Then I went back to New Jersey, where I was definitely on a break and not girlfriend with Dana Cerrone of Patterson. Okay, Dave Navarro. I'm dead serious, guys. I'm dead serious. We're going to do that. I want to try to help you. It is these pundits who talk about politics. You want to know where Trump is going to win? Go to an AA meeting in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, North Jersey. A block from me, Newark. There's hopelessness out there, guys. And that wall means a lot. Because if it stops one kid from going through one, if enough drugs get stopped from coming through that wall, because there's a wall to where a couple of kids don't get addicted, it's worth it. Let them build it. I got a feeling I know how Trump's going to make them pay for this. They're not even going to know they pay for it. He's talking about there's In other words, they charge us these taxes or tariffs, and we have to get it to them. We just have to hold it back. Like he goes, if one trade cycle, if we hold back the taxes, the wall's paid for. And what are they gonna do? Come get it from us? Possession, guys. We'll keep buying you dope. You're gonna get taxes on one trade cycle. One trade cycle. We didn't pay you taxes, and guess what? You paid for the wall, amigo. Amigo. If I do get back addicted to heroin, I'm going to be against the wall.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh.
Dan, it's all dark humor. It's called comedy. Everybody's so uptight. You go out nowadays, you have 11 or 12 shots of wild turkey. Everybody wants your car keys. Everybody wants your fucking car keys. Coming up, Torian gives Nixon a lie detector test. I'm serious about Navarro. Think about it, guys. Try to help me out. Introduce me to a young guy who's on the heroin. I want to help them. And they're going to help me. Maybe help a family. I'm going to ask Navarro if we can do that, too. After an hour of fun with Navarro and every chick he's ever fucked. Oh, God, the pussy he got. Caught him in a lecture with his girlfriend. She made me squeeze her tits through her shirt, by the way. Guess I'm not Jelly Bean Benitez or one of the DJs you wanted to play your cassette over at the Tunnel. Along with Madonna, that whore. Over at Danceteria, 1966, Jelly Bean Benitez. Hey, I'm Madonna from Detroit, Madonna Chakotay. I've got here's me singing a song called Like a Virgin. Celebrate. Dress you up in my love. Here's the cassette. Play it. Yo, if you blow me, okay. I'll blow you. Dan, I love you. To my mother and sister, I love you more than anything in the world. And I'm Artie Lang, and we'll be back whenever we're back. We'll do another show this weekend. We all won. And I'm still here, guys. I'm standing. Dancing in between the raindrops, baby. April 5th, by the way. This is not happening. Is Ari Shaffir, his show about comics telling stories. In front of a crowd in Hollywood. Cheetah's a strip club. And they asked me to tell the Babe the Pig story when I played Babe the Pig on cocaine, the story from Stern, the classic story. And I told Ari, I said, maybe something else. They go, no, we got to have that one in front of an audience. I told it on Howard, of course, which was perfect because Howard was there and he knew how to let somebody tell a story. On Conan, who I love, I told it there once because they heard it on Howard and asked me to do it, and it killed. If you Google me on Conan doing it on YouTube, telling that same story, it does destroy, and Conan's great with it. This is the only time I ever told it as a stand-up comic at a club, and it's on our show. That premieres April 5th. The show premieres a couple weeks before, but my episode airs April 5th. This is not happening with Ari Shaffir, and I'm one of the comics who tells that story. And I also told a story about when I was having the threesome, and the guy looked like The Rock jizzed on my jacket. That same Rasta guy who died because his Corvette got disintegrated when he was an amazing drug dealer. Kind of guy who was like the wolf. He was like Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction. When I called him at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday morning in Malibu to get me blow, he was at a party nearby in a tuxedo. He was like James Bond or something, this drug dealer. The Rasta guy, one of my best friends. I was sorry to hear he died. And I go through the whole thing. I go into way more detail than I did on Conan and Howard. Way more, because I had more time. Way more detail. But that's what that guy used to say to me, because he saw how I was living life. I had knocked up a chick I was dating, and she got an abortion without telling me, and I was saying, and he saw her blow, and he saw it on Mad TV, flying back and forth, stand up on the road at 27, and he would say to me, "There's Artie, man, dancing in between the raindrops." That's what he used to say to me. Of course, he talked like a black African American. I had an affection for that guy. I had a lot of fun with that guy. Several adventures that I can't even get into. I either came or got high at the end, or both. Rest in peace, dude. Here's Artie dancing in between the raindrops. All right, Pittsburgh, I love you. Full story on that when I can. We'll ease it out, and you get the gist. I'm back on track. Never felt better. Gonna get rid of this voice and do the Torian thing. And with Dave Navarro, we're gonna try to get this heroin problem dealt with. Danny Filato.